Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming, bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out Project Starship X. This game was developed by Panda Indie Studio and developed and published by East Asia Soft Limited and releases on January 27th, 2021. We don't quite have a price yet for the game, but we will have a link down in the description so you can pick it up for yourself once it does release. So what is Project Starship X? It's a shoot 'em up, but it comes with a little bit of a unique shoot 'em up attribute, whereas the enemies and kind of objectives you encounter in the game are kind of randomly generated. There's a set amount of them, but they don't always come at you in the same order when you do play the game, which is something that I really enjoy. Having reviewed a lot of shoot 'em ups on the channel, I do like the uniqueness, as well as you can kind of pick from a little variety of a handful of characters that give you different kind of ships. Startup health, shoot patterns, things like that for when you play the game. Starting out, I'd recommend picking the first guy you see me picking here on screen. He's just a little easier, starts a little more shields. It gives you like these heart health things that you can see on the left side of your screen, but they're really just shields how many times you can take hits, because you really only have like one life. It doesn't really just kill you. As well as the unique mechanic of this X maneuver ability that the game has, where you kind of just like teleport and are, for like a very brief moment, are kind of invincible. But what I do enjoy, like I said, the most about the game is just the unique ability of being able to teleport around things, which is just a very unique and strange mechanic in the whole shoot 'em up world. And I think the game does a really good job at maximizing what you get out of that experience, as well as having to save your X maneuver to really navigate around the map, as you're going to run into lasers and stuff that you can't avoid without you doing that specific maneuver. What I do also like are these random mat events that you just saw here on screen. Sometimes they'll encounter and you just have a few seconds to really get in position before things start to kill you. Just not knowing what's coming and not having to have like the same repetitive nature that most shoot 'em ups do when it comes to their level progressions is really a nice change of pace for the genre, at least from my experience. I think I've played just about every shoot 'em up that's released recently on Xbox, and this has got to be one of my top three. It's definitely not my favorite by no means, but it is a really enjoyable game. As far as completing the game, it's not too difficult of a completion. We will have a link at the end of the video showing you through how to get all the achievements. We have had some buggy achievements and things not unlocking, but that could very well be part of, just the game not being released yet and stuff still kind of working on the back end on the developer side. Nonetheless, if I had to give this game any really type of critiques or things that I don't like, I feel like maybe the explanation points of how the game works, I think they could do a little better explaining from a tutorial standpoint, as you have to do a lot of just figuring things out on your own. A lot of the bosses, I'd like to see maybe a little more variety in the encounters that you have, as they're all pretty much the exact same experience that you're going to run into. It's just a lot of dodging, hitting things over and over. There's nothing that's really too beyond difficult for you. The bosses, like I said, aren't too, I don't know, it's not at a difficulty level that I would like, but at the same time, where they do lack in some abilities of the game, they do make up for, some of the unique functions that do pop in the game. The bosses it's neat how they're kind of varied, but they don't really bring anything too different. Most of them you can just stand in one spot and avoid all their attacks. I like that the X maneuver ability is presented into the game. Additionally, the whole mechanic of what you'll see here in a second after we kill this boss, of having a mini boss show up after your first boss, is very strange to me, and I don't think I've seen that in any of these games yet. Or any shoot 'em up, actually, I'm sorry, yet. So that is something that I don't quite understand, but in the end, it's the developer's choice to make their game. I'm not the one making the game, but it is just a very bizarre concept of, after you beat the very first boss, here's a tinier boss that's not really as strong. As far as just giving the game any final type of a review, I'm going to give the game about a 7 out of 10. I would like to see a little more. I would like to see it be a little more challenging than what it is. We've had some really fun challenging shmups come out lately, but this game isn't too challenging. As well as you know, it's not really the first game in the series. It plays a lot like the original Project Starship that released already on the Xbox that you can go pick up now, which is also another easy completion in its own regards. But outside of that, it is, you know, it is what it is. If you guys want to check the game out, we will have a link, like I said, down in the description for you to check it out. Following up this video, you can go run through the achievement guide if you do want to get the full 1000. Otherwise, if you guys did enjoy this video, give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions about the game, want to see more, want to see us go even further in our playthroughs, we'll be happy to do that. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we will see you all next time.